In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There will be so many tricks, dancing, singing, and murder.
Oh, wow.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. What's up, Cleveland?
Hello, everybody.
Great to be back. Another Sunday night, a wintry Sunday night in Cleveland.
Oh, yes, it is. It's really snowing out there today. I shoveled, got some exercise, I think the first time in about 6 months, so
Yeah,
it
I did
feels
no exercise.
good.
No exercise today whatsoever. I got out of bed.
I even did my neighbor's driveway, just a little bit of it at the street level because
Nice. A good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Jim Bellinger here
Yes.
is available to shovel driveways
and for free too.
and for free. Well, welcome back to another great Outlaw Radio show. I got a couple things I need to say first before we kick into it, okay? Tonight's prayers go out to Rochelle, Trashman Dean's wife, Eric Truskalaski, I believe that's how you say their last name. She just had surgery. We wanted to say our prayers are with you tonight, okay? Also, going on at 7:30 tonight, Priscilla from the band Jam Machine is a guest judge with the Cleveland's Voice, and they have their finals tonight. It was
do
a
they?
it was a 20-week competition. The winner gets $5,000.
Oh, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, so that's starting at 7:30 at the local in Strongsville. So if you guys are out and about, head that way. That's gonna be very cool.
I did hear about that. Yes.
Some of the best singers in Cleveland. Isn't that cool? And
It
then
that is they didn't call me again.
no, they did not. But maybe they just don't know you're available.
I think that's got to be it,
I think a cool thing would be if Outlaw Radio was there next year.
Running the place, actually.
Running the place.
There's a lot of big things that's going to be happening with us, and this is the year. This is
Yeah.
the big year we're going to make it. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, I believe so. Hey, Trashman, if you're out there watching the show, here's my clipboard. I wanted to show it to you. Little 107.3 action. Ebenezer the Crow, right there. Or, right there. However you see it, right there.
Hey, we have some listeners. I remember in the good old days where we used to have 2 listeners when we started, and those 2 listeners was my phone was on, and his phone was on. Hey, we got 2. Oh, wait a minute. That's us.
Yeah, well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah,
So
at
that's
0.
how we started.
At
4 months ago, right? We started at 0.
Yes, we did.
And then, we had Matt Gutka came on, and then a few other, and as it went, we're starting to do really good. And I wanted to thank everybody that's out there watching the show. We're going to get to your comments in just a minute or two. But want to introduce the show. So, what's up, Cleveland and beyond? Welcome back to another episode of Outlaw Radio. We're back at it again tonight. Another great night of music, paranormal. But tonight we have something really special. Tonight we have Gregory Nicholas on the show.
I can't wait to hear him give his advice.
Yeah, it's going to
On
be
all
excellent.
kinds of things.
He will be on at 8 p.m. He is a Reiki master, which he'll explain what that is, an author, and a celebrity psychic medium.
Boy.
So we have some questions for him, and then I'm sure our listening audience out there will have some questions as well. Also, stopping by the show at 7:30, we have Chicago's Vintage Blonde.
Oh.
We're going to talk about their upcoming release. That should be really cool.
Hope to hear from them.
Right. Okay, so also music tonight by Conspiracy 216,
Yeah.
Freaky Things. We have the Joe Davis Band, not to be confused with My Cleveland Project, but they do have a tie-in together, so that's why I screwed up with the whole naming of the song and which band it was. But we have it tonight, the Joe Davis Band, okay? Also on the show is Adjustable Mustard, Nightmare Empire, Jack's Revenge, You Heard the Black Roses First, Midnight Whiskey Massacre, and this guy right here, Mr. Moonlight.
Certainly.
Okay, so the Paranormal Chef will be on tonight. He will be in the comments section directing traffic and letting us know which questions should be answered. We will also be pulling Angel Tarot cards for our listeners throughout the evening. And that sounds pretty fun, right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be jam-packed.
Okay, great. So we also have an interesting subject by the Shanae News, and let's kick into it, Jim.
Oh, you want me to do my bit right now?
Well, no, but we could do it if you want.
Well, it's... Don't we save the best for last, I thought?
It is the best for last.
Okay, well, basically, my assignment today was my bit was to come up with some kind of a paranormal theme, and so this is what I came up with. I was doing my homework for the show, and the assignment, again, was to do a bit about the paranormal stuff. I had to look up phenomenon because I couldn't even spell it, by the way. Why am I even admitting to that? So this story is called A Paranormal Story, and this is basically a story about what Jordan Peterson said on one of his YouTube videos. Well, not his, but on a YouTube video about 7 years ago. So, and I found it very interesting. So there's he did it 7 years ago, and the YouTube video was H3 Podcast Highlights. And they have 2.7 million views, so a lot of people have heard about this. Well, basically, Jordan Peterson, he went to Nashville, to a scientific conference, and he looked online to book a hotel that was in the, sketchy, rather bad area of Nashville, crime-ridden area and stuff like that. I don't know why he brought that up, but he did. Well, when he got there at the hotel, he noticed the lobby was absolutely beautiful. Marble. There were replicas of Renaissance painting on the roof. And, it was all very impressive. And next door, he was saying there was to the hotel was a huge restaurant that could seat like maybe 300-400 people. That's how big it was. And there wasn't a single person in that restaurant at the time. Just that alone is kind of eerie, maybe. It kind of reminds me of something you'd see on an episode of Twilight Zone. Well,
Cool.
He was saying that they had this steam table in this restaurant.
Very cool.
And it was full of stainless. The stainless steel trays were filled with mac and cheese and green beans. That's all there was. Mac and cheese. Who's going to go to a restaurant and eat this big, huge pot of green beans that's been boiling water for hours? So he couldn't believe that. So he wasn't too impressed, and in no way was he going to eat anything. He thought that was strange, and the fact there was no staff there. This is all strange. This is Jordan Peterson. So he checked in, and he went to the room, and he put his stuff on the bed, his computer and his luggage and stuff like that. And then he went for a barbecue. He was at some kind of thing with his graduate students or something like that. That's not really the important part of it. But Mr. Peterson then got back to his room. This is true, is what he's saying. And he saw that all the drawers in the cabinets and dressers were completely open. Yes, that's right. Completely open, but nothing was missing whatsoever. His computer was there, luggage was still there. He couldn't figure out why his stuff was still there, thinking, why would someone do this and, not take anything? You think of it, these, they're going to steal stuff. And who's going to do that? So he closed the drawers, okay? And he shook the dressers, and he was trying to figure out a way how the drawers could all open, especially the entire way. And they didn't. So he does. Okay, so, still in the room, shortly after he closed the drawers, at one point, he turned around and saw a drawer on the desk was open again, and closed the drawer. So it happened when he was in the room. He then saw that drawer next to the bed was opened, and he saw a Gideon Bible was in the drawer, and that it was open to the page with the line that says, "As I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil." That's kind of weird, isn't that too? So now Mr. Peterson was really starting to question all of this. What's going on? So the next morning, he went to the hotel desk and spoke with the employee at the desk, and he said, "Hey, when I got back last night, all the drawers were open. What's going on here? And someone in my room? And the employee said, "Oh, I don't want to alarm you, but this place is haunted."
You have the room that they all died in.
I guess the employee actually said that when she I don't know if it's he or she right offhand, but when she comes to work, she always brings a baseball bat with her.
What's she gonna do? Swat it?
Well-
Swat at the ghosts?
Yeah, that is hilarious. So Jordan,
Back demons!
So Jordan commented that this is so surreal, and it was like a movie moment. It was ridiculous. This is what he's saying on his thing. You guys should tune in on that. So then he spoke with a person he was with who was in another room about what was happening. His friend said the night before he took a shower, and when he came back out, his dresser drawers were open.
His drawers?
Drawers. His I don't know, not his underwear drawers. Maybe it was an underwear drawer, but I will regress. So the next that was funny. So the next day he went to this restaurant next door with two graduate students, and there was no one there. In this restaurant that could fit 300 people, there was no one there. So they took a seat and waited for a half hour for the waiter to get there. Jordan, get up and leave, man. Find another place. So Jordan asked for a menu when the guy got there, and the guy said, "Hey, man, there's no menu." And what? Yeah, just order whatever you want, and we'll give you whatever you want, and we'll make it.
That's crazy. I'll have a filet mignon wrapped in bacon stuffed with oysters.
Why didn't he do that? He could have been. Why didn't he do that? He should have said something outrageous at that point. A prime rib or whatever. So they ordered eggs, and it took almost an hour to get the eggs. Finally, the food comes out, and the waiter placed the plate in front of him, and there were 2 eggs on the plate. And guess what, Jeff? They were completely raw.
That's weird.
Not cooked at all, not even slightly, he said. This is Jordan Peterson's story.
That's freaking weird, man. Today, if you were to go to the restaurant and order 2 eggs, it would be like a gourmet meal. It'd be so expensive.
Well,
$18, sir.
We're going to talk. We're going to get to that at the end of this very interesting story that I'm making right now. He made a point, though. I know that is very, very. He made a point that with the 2 raw eggs, despite of that or whatever, it was a very nicely garnished plate. I don't know what he said was on there. So Jordan called the waiter back, and these eggs are raw. What's going on? The waiter said, "Hey, we'll fix that." So the waiter took the food, and after a long delay, the food came back, and the eggs were cooked, okay? Jordan told his students the only thing that could top this off was if the bill was ridiculously expensive.
That's great.
Okay? So the water finally came back, and the bill was $83.
Oh, my God. For 2 eggs?
Yeah. Now, this is Jordan Peterson. Get on YouTube.
Wow.
If you're interested, I could say it again, what channel that was. So I don't know about you, Jeff, but I want to go there.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody want to go there?
Hey, the whole time you were talking, I kept thinking one thought. I think the hotel was like a ghost ship. I think he was in a different parallel universe, and this place didn't even exist. That's why there was nobody there.
In the middle of Nashville with nothing happening, crime-ridden area. He walks into this palace that has seating for 300 people.
No staff.
That's so weird. Now, I almost can't believe
Weird
this.
eggs. Yeah.
So I have my own little story too. When I was a kid, I lived in Bay Village, Ohio, and we had this creek and woods behind our house, and we built tree forts all over the place all the time, like everybody else. Well, I was in my tree fort. It was about 15, 20 feet high, and all of a sudden, I just was hearing all these people were like throwing stones in mud clumps or whatever at the tree fort, and I heard it was like boom, 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 and I look out and I see nobody. And it's like a clear view. It's not like they could have been hiding behind anything. And I looked all around, and I didn't see anybody. I freaked out, and I started yelling to my mom, and she came out. What's wrong? What's wrong? It really freaked me out, and I'm just wondering. I asked my friends if they did it, and no one knew anything. I mean, and I saw it when it was happening. I didn't see anybody there, so maybe that was kind of paranormal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I always
Could have
wondered
been a
about
cryptid.
that.
Maybe it was Bigfoot. You hear stories about how he throws rocks and shit at people. You get too close to him.
And I just wanted to comment, that you don't see Jordan Peterson. I don't see him as a liar or a fake story maker. I just don't. And it's very. And he had other ones too. He said there was another story, paranormal story, and I wanted to get that one too. But this one has already taken so long that I'm done.
Well, that was the Shanae News. That was Jim Bellinger.
Yes.
Hey, great job, Mr. Moonlight.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to play a song. When we come back, we have a little bit of news to tell you about upcoming shows and stuff that's going on. But we're going to play for you, and this is special, Jim. This is The Black Horse of Death, and this is by the Joe Davis Band.
Can't wait. A lot of energy.
That was very, very cool. The Joe Davis Band.
I guess that's their finale song or something.
Yeah, my Cleveland Projects, David just told me when he plays with them, that's their closing song, their finale.
It's a good one to close on. It really kicks it out. Man, that bass drum is going, really. There must be like 5 bass drums on the stage when they're doing that to get that many beats.
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. That was freaking cool.
Yeah, it was.
That was amazing. All right, that was the Joe Davis Band, The Black Horse of Death. As we're waiting for Vintage Blonde to come on, I have a couple things that I'm going to read off for you guys. And we have so many comments, guys, we can't even keep up with them all.
Things are changing.
There's change in the wind.
And we're not even, our phones aren't even added to the number right now, you know?
No.
We graduated from that.
Yeah, I just notified Jim that this is just the YouTube number of the people that are watching. That doesn't include LinkedIn or Facebook or the other platforms that we are going to stream on and are streaming on currently. So I have some upcoming news for you. Next Sunday's show, 223, we have Monica Ann Solis. She's from the Texas hard rock metal band DSR, Distant Sun Rising. She'll be with us. And I just see Vintage Blonde just stopped in, guys. And hold on one second, I'll get right with you.
I'm not going to start squinting at that screen.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm not going to shout either.
Yeah. All right, so also next week we have a barn burner. We have Lisa Howard. She goes by Little Liza.
Oh, yes.
And we're calling that show Dark Scarlet Emerges.
I can't wait to see what she has to say about things.
Oh, it's going to be
Who knows?
very entertaining.
That's what's the good thing about it.
Yeah, there's some dirt I'm sure is going to be out there. Also, she's going to talk about her top 3 favorite cover bands. She's going to talk with us, and we have a little surprise for you with her. Across the Pond is our March 2nd show. That's the British Invasion Part 2. Paul Austin, James Ward, Darren Ironside, Carla Lynette, Simon Whitworth talking about the music scene in the United Kingdom. So that ought to be really cool. All right. March 30th brings us another Real Men's Health Summit. We're talking about enhancements of all kinds. Lovesick Drug will be with us. Also, Jim Bellinger's interview. Yeah.
I need a bigger hand. That's my
I don't know.
needed enhancement. I'm sorry, folks. I had to say it.
You know, if you have a smaller hand, it appears bigger.
Didn't Michael Jackson say that?
I don't know. I hope not.
Somebody said that about him. That was really rude.
Yeah, and creepy. All right, so
I hear somebody or something. Oh, here they are.
They're not live, though, but so you can't. Only we can hear them, Jim.
All right.
Also,
hi, ladies.
February 22nd, Change of Plans brings us the Solid Gold Lounge to see Conspiracy 216. All right. The 28th brings us to the Backstage Bar. And then the boutique is starting to take shape. We'll be in Wellington for 3 days, April 24th through the 26th. There's a great lineup. I'll be announcing it in a couple weeks. And there's a lot going on. So, it's going to be...
there's a meeting coming up, and there is already a bunch of... there's issues here involving various people trying to get this thing organized. On one hand, they want to play on the show, but on the other hand, they're booking gigs at the same time at other venues.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, to say the least. But we have Vintage Blonde here, and we're going to be playing you in right now. Hello, ladies.
Hey, ladies. Oh, my God.
Hey, hello.
Hi. Guys, girls, ladies look wonderful.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Outlaw Radio
Nice.
welcomes Vintage Blonde from Chicago.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Great to be with you guys. It's great to have you. We really enjoy the music.
Thank you. We
Oh,
appreciate you
thank you.
playing the music.
Happy to be here.
Cool. So, how is the weather in Chicago? We got dumped.
Really,
out today.
really bad.
Cold.
Super cold.
Snowy.
Yep.
Lots of snow. Did you get that Arctic blast that we just got?
Yeah, we
Yes.
sure did. Yep.
It was like
Out
whiteout
couple
conditions
today,
this morning,
so.
Jim.
I was so surprised. Like 8 or 10 inches or something. It was pretty heavy, too.
Yeah, we didn't get that much, but
No,
it's
we-
been
Oh, no?
cold.
Oh.
No.
No, I'm not going to say anything.
It's still snowing, too, here a little bit, but not nearly as much as this morning.
So, how are things in Chicago besides the cold? I hear you have a new album coming out.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Nina's got it on her backdrop.
Yeah.
It's ready to go.
Very cool.
4th.
May 4th. We're excited.
Yeah.
May
Yeah.
4th was the
Vinyl.
release.
You made
Nice. You did
vinyl.
vinyl.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did vinyl. Yep. Well, that's what we
Yeah,
grew
so-
up on, so we wanted to, since that's a thing now again, we wanted to do that.
Right.
And since we have everybody here, why don't we go around the room and introduce everybody and tell our listening audience what instruments you play.
Great. So you want me to start? I'm
Start.
Kim, and I play lead guitar, and I sing backup vocals primarily.
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Kim?
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm lead vocals, rhythm guitar, and harmonica.
Linda, nice to see you.
Hi, and I'm Rez. I play bass and keyboards.
Rose.
I'm Nina. I play drums.
Nina, I have to turn you down a little bit.
Yeah.
She's the brunette in the group.
Hi,
Yeah.
Nina.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, I saw 3 there, and I'm going, wait a minute. What's going on? Okay.
Yeah, we got the
On the
4th up
top.
top there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we could get them all in there. They wrote me this week, and they're like, "Oh, we have one person that's going to be somewhere else. Can we do that?" And I'm like, "I think we could do up to 6,
Oh, wow, that's great.
or maybe 5.
Nice.
I'm not sure.
No
They really
issues.
pushed it." And all right, so go ahead, Jim.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I hope Nina, I hope they treat you fairly and whatever.
I'm not singling
Oh,
you
for
out.
sure.
Of course we do.
I'm
She's
sure
our-
they do. You,
she's our
you kick their
token.
butts.
Nina's off in the corner.
She's our token brunette, but
That's
that's
right.
okay. She kicks ass on the drums. So
I
yeah,
like
it's right.
brunettes too. Believe
Yeah.
me.
You like girls of all brunette, blonde, redheads.
the truth
gray
came
hair.
out.
Come on.
Okay.
Sit
We
next
were
to me,
we were
man.
So do I.
we call ourselves Vintage Blonde and Nina.
Yeah.
We didn't
there you
use
go. You
that.
got the
Right.
spotlight. There you go.
Mhm.
All right, so let me
There
ask
you
you
go.
this: How did you come up with the name? Because 3 blondes.
Well, really, I got my first guitar at 13, and it was a Vintage Blonde Strat, and so we named the band after that. But because we were blonde and vintage, we thought it was,
Appropriate.
a good name. But it's really the band's named after the guitar.
Oh, very cool. That's very cool. I like that. A lot of people name their guitars.
Yeah. Who was that one guy? Lucy or something?
Yeah, BB King.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Lucille.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jim. You're supposed to be the host of a rock and roll show.
I should know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I got it wrong too.
Hey, I heard he called her Lucy every once in a while, though. I just made that up.
Maybe he did. Yeah.
Why
Well,
not?
could have.
Why not?
Who knows what he
Hey,
did behind
Luce.
closed doors with his
All right,
guitar.
so when does May 1st? You said the album comes out
May 4.
May 4. And
Yeah.
then how many tracks are on it?
There's 8 tracks.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then is Hurricane one of the new singles on that?
Hurricane is one of the new singles. We're probably going to release one more before the May 4th date. But that's we're trying to get some of the music out there so people hear it. So we're happy to be with you guys. And then we'll put the whole thing out on May 4.
All right. Well, what will happen is after tonight, after we play Hurricane on the show tonight, it'll be uploaded also to Rockstar Radio in South Carolina, and then it'll be on those playlists too.
Okay,
Terrific.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe Alien Message is already in the playlist right now.
Oh, that's awesome. We really
Appreciate
appreciate you guys
Mhm.
playing it and making the
And
connection.
liking it. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Alien Message is on this album as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so Jim, I have to point this out. Jim actually brought this up, and I wanted to mention it. So we listen to all the songs, and we kind of like get an idea of what they sound like and stuff. Jim said that you sound, and I agree with him. You sound like a more heavier version of the B-52s.
Really?
At least
wow.
on that track, Alien Message.
Yeah.
Alien message. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's
That
kind of
can't be bad,
funky.
No, it's cool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very different song for us. We wanted to have that kind of heavy rock sound, but then kind of like that punky sound in the middle. When we're doing the chorus, that's kind of our sound. So I think it's a nice blend of both those styles, and that's a very different song than the rest of the songs on the album. We hope they're all very different and something that everybody could find something that they like.
Yeah.
The thing that sticks out for me is the keyboard part on Alien Message. I thought that was really cool, and that's why we got the idea of that. It was like B-52.
Yeah,
B-52s.
yeah. We
It's
actually
so different.
Yeah, that keyboard part, there's a secret alien message that we use musical notation. So that if you could tell what the notes were, you could actually tell what the alien message is. It's kind of a
Oh,
subliminal
interesting.
message.
Now we're going to go back and listen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Right.
back in the day when you'd had to play your record backwards to hear some message from Paul McCartney or something.
From
Yeah.
Zeppelin. But the
Was it
song which I wrote that one, in my mind the influences are more a little Zeppelin, a little Queen,
Nice.
Yeah,
a
I
little
can
bit
see
of
that.
Queen, and like a collective soul. That drop tuning, that heavy guitar in the beginning, and then the part we wrote together in the center, the musical part, is really meant to sound like a Space Invaders, like a war between evil aliens and good aliens.
Yeah, and we put out a video. Did you guys see the video for that alien message?
I'm not sure if we've seen it, but probably after the show tonight, we'll
You gotta
go and
check
check
it
it
out.
out.
It's very silly.
It's silly, but it'll kind of help you get the intent of the song. It's kind of like, what is it, Doctor Who and meets Scooby-Doo kind of.
Yeah, very cool. Hey,
So,
ladies, as
check it
part
out.
of the show tonight, we're reading off some tarot cards, and I pulled a card for you. You
Oh.
mind if I read it to you?
Oh, great.
Please.
Okay.
All right, so this is what I pulled for you. Do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft, working well with others, and excellent reputations.
Wow.
Very nice.
We love that card.
Yeah, we love
Excellent
that.
card,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
And we're very into the tarot, so
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll
nice.
take
Excellent.
that.
I did his reading earlier today, and he loved it.
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so before we let you go and before you introduce your new single, tell our listening audience where they can find you and where they can hear all your music.
Should I
Sure.
start?
Yeah, you do it.
Or I'll start.
Yeah.
So at any digital or streaming, if you type in Vintage Blonde Chicago, you'll get us. And Rez has more to add here.
Yeah, and if you go to our website, vintageblondechicago.com, there's links to our social media. The videos are there. It's all information about the band, so you can find everything there.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. You have anything else you'd like to say, Jim?
Well, it's a great name. I think I would even remember that Vintage Blonde. So good choice there too.
Yeah, I like it too. I
And you're
think it
all
speaks
looking
well.
good too. So that is very nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
Now,
Music,
that-
I want to
ladies.
see your video.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks,
check out the
guys.
video.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, we'll be doing that for sure after the show. So go ahead, ladies, introduce your song to our listening audience.
Shall I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Hurricane, which we wrote together. And if you've lived here during the last year, it's about all of the disasters we've faced, the floods, the hurricanes, the fires, and, how we feel about that. It's a rocking tune about climate change and sort of feeling powerless around that, but fighting back and, having to deal with it. And we think it's a real rocker. We think it's a powerful, timely song, especially with everything that's going on in California.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. All right,
So-
ladies, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent. We'll be talking soon. This
Thank
is
you.
Vintage Blonde with
Excellent.
Hurricane.
Appreciate it. You guys take
Peace
care.
out.
All right.
Good job.
How do we go?
Hurricanes are coming, she'll rip you off your track. You better flip the side switch, honey, before she breaks your back. Your house, your truck, your motorbike, she'll spit washing you away. Wash you away, wash 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 you away. Tried every trick, made every play, pointed the finger so we don't look back your way. One group did this, the other that. Double down on your attack, and while we fight, you'll take our money, you'll party off our back. Don't give a damn about tomorrow, just so you're in the black. Agreed. So many years wasted on talking naive. I thought that we could break through, deceive. Almighty man sold our tomorrows. Believe me, you'll feel her. Hurricanes are coming, break your back. Hurricanes are coming, you off your track. Hurricanes are coming, you into. She's a coming through.
Excellent. Fantastic song. That was Vintage Blonde from Chicago. Really enjoyed talking to those ladies. Found their music not long ago. And yeah, big fan of that.
I liked it too. I liked the middle part. I like the change. It adds to the interesting part of the song.
Yeah,
no
it was
doubt.
very cool. Yeah, I like them a lot. I'm interested to hear the album. I'm definitely going to watch the video after we're done here tonight to see what that's all about.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. And yeah, so we're here doing our first real paranormal followed by rock show. Normally it's a rock show followed by paranormal stuff, but tonight we're fully immersed in paranormal activity, right?
That is correct.
All right, so guys, I have some cool stuff I want to read to you. A little bit about some paranormal before we get into the next song, and then we'll be bringing Gregory Nicholas on, okay? Nichols, I should say. So this is all about the paranormal, and it got me thinking about paranormal agencies within the U.S. government, okay? So this is what I have for you. Parapsychology is the study of paranormal or superhuman experiences, such as hauntings, near-death experiences, and alien abductions. The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, publishes a quarterly document called Research in Human Paranormal Capabilities. Includes reports on research experiments done in China, which they did not elaborate what those research experiments were, but maybe our paranormal chef out there could look that up for us and let us know. Also, the NSA has a page on their FOIA website about UFOs and other paranormal information. The DoD, which is the Department of Defense, investigated a paranormal activity at the property in Utah, and everybody knows that famously as Skinwalker Ranch. It examined reports of shadow figures, creatures, and human consciousness anomalies. They also considered hiring psychics to study interdimensional phenomenon. They concluded that most sightings were ordinary objects and phenomenon. Most, okay. The FBI has files on some unusual phenomenon like cattle mutilation, UFOs, and Roswell. All right, now we're going to get into some cool names. The Bureau of Paranormal Investigations and Tracking is a government agency dedicated to capturing and studying paranormal objects and other entities. The legal status, the Bureau of Paranormal Investigations and Tracking, is a branch of the Department of Homeland Security and an American federal agency.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Gee, you never heard of that? Yeah, neither did I.
Man.
All right, here's another one for you. All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, part of the Secretary of Defense, and it investigates UFO activity. All right. Here's another one. This is SETI. Now, SETI is off on its own, but gets government funding. So, I guess I would just assume it's part of the government, okay? So that's an acronym that stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, Scientists doing SETI experiments are looking for proof, I gotta turn my page here, not merely of life elsewhere, but intelligent beings in other star systems. Pretty cool.
No, that is.
The psychological and information operations, the IO. Communities use the ghost patch as an informal identity. So it's a military unit that has a ghost patch, and they don't say very much else about it.
Is that funded in a crazy kind of way, you think? Or
Yeah.
it sounds, hopefully it's legitimate and not the aid kind of thing where they're giving all kinds of money for.
USAID is donating all the money to them. Okay, so the U.S. Army Intelligence Support Activity, known as ISA or the Activity, is one of America's most secretive special operations units. They don't say anything else about them. They're called the Activity. Thought that was really cool. All right. So we also have Medusa soldiers. Have you ever heard of this?
I think I might have when you told me
I
about it.
told you last time?
Yeah.
So last summer, I spent some time talking to a retired CIA ground operative. We talked, I'm not going to even say where it was, but we talked in Berea outside of a little cafe. And we met 3 or 4 times. And we discussed aliens, and we discussed the Medusa soldiers. These soldiers are from all branches of the military, the best of the best, to do research. To do search and rescues and other tasks in the paranormal realm. They do search and rescue tasks in national forests. And if anybody that's ever read 411, you'll know that we have a great deal of people that go missing every year in our U.S. national forests. And they believe that could be to Sasquatch or other aliens or paranormal activity. They've even had some people disappear and show up hundreds of miles in different directions days later. There's no way they could have walked that far.
I could see a dog doing that maybe.
Yeah, but not like a woman or something. Right?
Like you're on
Not
vacation.
saying all women can't do it, but even children have been found miles and miles away. There's no way they could have walked that far. So yeah, there's just weird stuff. All right, so the University of Virginia, they have a division of perceptual studies. At the University of Virginia studies paranormal phenomena, including evidence of consciousness after death, which you're going to hear a little bit about when Greg comes on. Okay? You can earn a paranormal researcher certificate through online courses, through Universal Class and the Center of Excellence. Did you know the national average salary for a paranormal researcher?
$38,000 a year.
Close, 43.
Oh.
Not bad. They are investigators that conduct research and collect evidence to determine and explain the cause of unexplained or paranormal events. Paranormal investigators are also referred to as ghost hunters. A parapsychologist is a person who studies paranormal phenomenon such as telepathy, clairvoyance, and precognition. And not only that, there are free online classes on paranormal topics, which include parapsychology courses from Allison Reed and Company in the United Kingdom.
If you're into that kind of thing, how can you not take that class?
Yeah. So
Woo, 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 woo.
that was my information on government agencies doing paranormal stuff. Pretty cool, huh?
Very good. Yes, it deserves applause.
All right, so what we're going to do, guys, and there you go.
Even I clapped this time.
Even Jim got the clap.
Yes.
Not the actual clap.
But I used a Zenify and it went away.
Oh, boy. That's fantastic. All right, so we're going to jump into another song. When we come back, we should have Gregory with us, all right? So I got something really cool for you.
I can't wait.
Are you ready for something heavy?
Are you ready?
Here it comes. This is Sadistical by Conspiracy 216. Here you go, Cleveland. You're going to love it.
Looking for the on malevolence, the Trinity unfolds. Negative and wrapped as a dark hand. Oh yeah. Goddamn deliverance, the crushing tides of wrath. All within and all within. For ourselves, how much there is left. When our skies fall to the ground, it's unconditional. It's dropped down into the fray. Online on principle. Till your time it slips away. Been so predictable. Now you know it's time to pay. Been so. Nothing real, no way to tell who gives a shit. Die for it. End of the day, price that we pay will wash it away. Die for it. Nowhere to run under the gun when our day is done. Die for it. Not enough time, take what is mine and leave you behind. Die for it. When our skies fall to the ground, it's unconditional. It's dropped down into the fray. Online on principle. Till your time it slips away. Been so predictable. Now you know it's time to pay. It's so sadistical. 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 Die for it. 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 Practical nuke is Die for it. Die for it.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
It's unmuted.
Oh, there you
Yeah, I'm
go.
sorry. I got you unmuted, and we are unmuted. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm good. How you been?
We're fantastic here. Let me just fix the volume a little bit.
Glad to see you on this show. I hear it's not your first time with Jeff.
No, not at all. God, what, Jeff? Second, maybe third time?
Yeah, I believe this is our third time right now.
'Cause I've known you, what, pre-COVID, right, Jeffrey?
Yeah, we are. Well, it was around 2020, I believe. It was sometime in June
Yeah.
of 2020 that we had our first meeting.
Yeah.
Welcome to Outlaw Radio. This is Gregory Nicholas. He is a Reiki master, author, and celebrity paranormal medium.
Thank
Psychic,
you. You're too
medium,
kind, Jeff.
paranormal medium, or just medium, however you like to
medium.
go by.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, Jeff, I am both psychic medium. Big difference.
Yes. Hey, well, since you're here right now and you just said that, so tell our listening audience what the difference is.
To me, psychic is use of the cards and the tools future. I use oracle cards, normal playing cards, domino cards. It's to help with things going forward, direction, path from now into the future. That's psychic. Medium to me is spirit work, connecting with the dead. Anyone gone, if they want to come through, we let them. Or if I'm in a reading, Jeff, like you and I have done, we let them come through.
Right.
Not all psychics are mediums.
Okay. Well, see, there you go, guys.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And I started at age 4. I'm 62, so it is my career.
And let me say, in your book, he was the author of a book talking about his ancestors and discovering his abilities. And in his book, you'll read about how it was your grandmother that passed away, correct?
This traces back to my great-grandmother, but it was at my great-aunt's funeral that things just opened up.
Okay. And then what happened was they were crying and carrying on about her passing, and Greg was like, but she's over there standing in the corner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
in
then
the corner. I was 4 at the time.
Yeah, and that's when you had your first interaction, right?
Mm-hmm. And, well, Jeff, too, one thing you may not know, my family and my mother's family kind of knew it was there, Jeff. I was born on St. Patrick's Day, and I was also born with the veil, meaning an extra layer or membrane, over you. So they knew it was there, but they were just waiting for it to happen.
Oh, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have you on the show. I do want to point out, because a lot of people probably don't know this, some do, but Greg, you do all the local hunts. So you do a lot of seances, you do a lot of spiritual work at different haunted locations. I know that you've been out to, I'm probably going to get this wrong. What's the one that's on the east side? We just talked about it, where there's a...
there's a couple out there. The east side of Cleveland, like Squires Castle.
Squires Castle.
That
And
area, I have been there.
What's the one where the apparition comes out of the lake? And then the hotel is also haunted.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, I haven't been there, Jeff, nor have I been to, I've been on the outside of Franklin Castle, but not on the inside.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, very cool. All right,
But
Greg,
a lot of places, Jeff, to your point, a lot of places along the lake have a lot of spirit activity.
And so this isn't part of my question, but you bring this up about the lake, and me and Matt talked about this. Matt's our paranormal chef, and he does say hello to you right now.
Oh, okay.
He's our paranormal chef. He talks about some conspiracy theories, alien stuff, and we go up back and forth on a lot of different things. And he just said Punderson Lake was the lake.
We were just talking about that today with one of my readings. She was from Chardon, about Punderson too, and she knows some of the people there and would like to get me into Punderson. They may be, I think, and I'm not sure 100%, rather selective, but I've heard a lot of very good stories or feedback about there. I do go down to Mansfield, to Ohio State Reformatory.
Yeah, that's cool. I've been there. I went to a festival for metal music, and I went inside the prison and did a little bit of a tour.
I do a lot of work too, Jeff, in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Very cool. Yeah, I know. I've seen you go down there and stuff, and you also do seances I've never been part of your seance. I still want to do it. I gotta bring
Oh,
you, Jim. We
okay.
gotta go to a seance. That'd be
Yeah,
really cool.
I do two different things, Jeff. I do both a séance, which is the traditional table, hands on the table. We don't hold hands, and the messages come through. And I do what is called a gallery reading, where everyone is just sitting comfortably, whether it's in your living room or around a table. I do a lot of those at restaurants, and I just pull out messages.
Okay, very cool.
Mhm.
All right, so let me ask you this, and since you brought up this topic, what is it about water and spirits that's the attraction? Something
What is it
spiritual
about what,
happens
please?
about water and
Oh,
bodies of
water.
water.
Motion, their movement. Water, Jeff, electricity can be a lot too. May pick up, I tend to, a lot of energy around streams, ponds, things like that, the lake. If I'm walking along the lake, Sandusky tends to be very active for me too. You can pick up the messages, electric streams out in the woods. It's the motion. They're a conduit, a good energy conduit.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think it had something to do with we're born out of water and the whole bit. I've heard so many stories about how water just really gets the spirit thing going.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
They're
cool.
attracted to water, like I said, water, electric, things like that. I know some readers that, believe it or not, if they're in your home, they prefer to have and I don't do this, a very fine trickle of water coming out of the faucet.
I could see that. That would just make me want to pee.
Well, they could come over here because I got this leaky faucet.
Yeah,
He has a leaky
exactly.
faucet down there.
Having to run to the bathroom too. You know where can be interesting, guys? Waterfalls.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
All right, so I have some questions that I wrote down for you.
Mhm.
And a lot of these questions I'm going to ask you, I already know the answers to, but our listeners that don't know these answers. So they may seem a little rudimentary, but
Sure.
here we go, okay?
No problem.
All right, so I have questions regarding ghosts. I've been thinking a lot about this. Are ghosts residual energy? Are they spirits that cannot move on from a tragic death? What exactly are ghosts? And why do they not leave the earth to go on to the next phase? Or do they leave the earth and then they just come back and forth? What's the
Yeah, the
lowdown?
last part is correct, Jeff. To me, now this is my answer. Um, Whenever I am conducting spirit, for whether it's individual or in a group, it is not uncommon for me to blurt out something like, "I made it, I crossed, I'm okay, don't worry." They come through the conduit like me to let you know, who the sitter, that they're okay. They also all right, the same thing, we can look at it this way, guys. If you dream of somebody who's passed, okay, they come through. That does not mean they're stuck. They're coming through okay. If you're sitting there and you may get a phantom smell of someone who's gone, okay, they're letting you know. Do you think you hear them call your name? That does not mean, and please, 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 do not think that they are stuck. Okay. They come through to let you know, okay. The same thing if any of you ask spirit for help. Whether it be and this happened to a female client of mine within the past 2 weeks. She needed help with a repair, finding a good repair person for something in her home. And she just literally, according to her, yelled out to her deceased husband. Next thing you know, she turned around and there was a business card on the floor of a repairman.
Oh, wow.
So
I've
they
heard
can
stuff
help you.
like that.
They are not trapped. Now, some are. I don't want to say that they are all crossed over, or at peace, but some are stuck. They may have had a rather tragic death for some other reason. Some also, gentlemen, come through to help guide us and at times warn us. Okay? Are we making bad decisions about something?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
And so, would you call those things that they come in and out of, would that be considered portals?
No.
In our terms?
No, I know where you're coming from. No, a portal is like one location, like it could be in your home, your basement, something where like on a wall. That's a portal. No, the spirits come through us being the channel, and I am also of the belief, Jeff, that all of us have the ability to be a channel, a conduit, if you will, for spirit. Okay. Remember, with spirit, guys, see, hear, feel, smell, dream.
Okay.
Okay. I could see, one of you gentlemen could smell, the other one could hear. Okay. You may turn around and there is a picture of someone's favorite flower, a lady who's gone.
It's interesting you said that because Matt Guka just said he gets the smell of his grandma after he comes home
There you go.
from work, and he smells his mom's perfume.
There you go. And excellent point. Thank you for saying that too, guys. And it is not always going to be the sign we want, if that makes sense. Like, you may be sitting there, and Jeff, in your situation, you may tell her to move that bottle. It won't work.
You know I've
We'll
done
be
that.
disappointed and maybe angry. But do you hear her voice? Does her picture fall over? Things like
Yeah.
that. It is up to spirit. A lot of my readings are with people who have lost someone close, whether a family member or a friend. They have to say this word. No, they don't. No, they don't. And they probably won't. Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
so I'll say it. That's how me and Greg met, because I was someone reached out to me and told me about you, that you connect with dead loved ones.
Right. That's
And
right.
I wanted to connect, and that's how I know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not going to go into detail
Yeah,
about
no, and
how
we
that
don't
all
need
happened,
to.
but
But please don't think either, everyone, that it is a unhappy spirit, a trapped spirit, a stuck spirit. They can come through just to let you know they're happy, they're okay, they're content.
okay.
Okay.
Here's a question for you then. So, still talking about that topic. So, are there stuck spirits, or
There can be, Jeff. No, excellent question. There can be stuck. Some who it's a very true thing, may not know they're gone. Okay. Some, and I want to choose my words very carefully, may feel like they're afraid to go, afraid to cross because of, for whatever reason, what they did in life. Okay.
yeah?
Um, that happens, not a lot. I do run into that from time to time. I don't want to give examples because I don't know who's listening. I don't want to put that idea in their head at all. I am a very big believer in, now this is me, anyone who's passed, write them a letter and burn it.
Yeah, you had me do that.
Yeah, a plain piece of paper, buy a thinking of you card. I don't care. Love you, miss you. Let me know you're okay. When you're done, take it outside and burn it. To me, it's like the smoke goes up. Or around here, gentlemen, the write it and throw it in the lake. Rip it up, throw it in the water. It waters the conduit. Okay, takes it out. A lot of people from anywhere from Toledo up to Buffalo, New York will do that. The family had a good connection or with the water, the movement. Okay,
Oh, that's
I
good.
have someone today. I was reading. They are planning a memorial trip to an island near Charleston, South Carolina, and they are taking a little bit of mom's ashes and her photo, and that is her service, to rip it up and throw it in the water so that the water is moving on and they can see visually she's moving on.
Hey, Jay Johnson, who's a listener, asked, "Are there 3 levels of heaven, or are there?"
There can be, I prefer to say one, Jeff. I prefer to say one because here's why. In the past, I have said that and people got worried. Okay. Why is my loved one not at level 3 or the highest level? You know, to
Okay.
me, they cross over, they're in heaven, they're in heaven. There's not a higher level of heaven for, I don't know, more important people or whatever. To
It's
me,
based
they're all
on
there.
it's based on frequency, right?
Yeah,
Or
it can be. It can be. A lot of times when people are grieving, you say something like that, they get even more upset.
okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that because
Mhm.
during my process of grieving, I was like really trying to reach out in the whole
Yeah.
bit. I was happy to get the messages that I did get.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's right. One thing too, Jeff, something you said, uh, a lot of times I do read for people who have lost someone to some sort of a substance issue or has taken their own life. They cross. I have learned over my 58 years of doing this, because I'm 62, that if you go into the level thing, they get worried. Well, aren't they good enough for the other level, the higher level?
Well, couldn't they also be a new spirit? And
Yeah.
they haven't had. All right, so
Yeah.
it's going to get to my next question then. But here's one for you. This is Janine Springs. She said this. She goes, I had a pot smoking ghost in the back room of the house. She could come in the house and
Yeah.
smell it, but she never saw smoke.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
great.
I just had, not too long ago, guys, a lady, how do I say it? Let's just say west of Cleveland, far western Ohio. And I was reading them. And all at once, spirit flashed in front of me, a pot plant, a weed plant. They both started to laugh. And I said, I forget what I said, like the scent of peppermint or something like that. And then they cried. That was Grandma, who literally grew a pot plant on her kitchen counter.
Nice. Grandma's toking the weed.
Yeah. that has happened. That has happened. It's filled with, oh gosh, some of the scents, everything from the weed, Jeff, to the beer, bourbon, something you will know. One was like a coffee smell, which is not that uncommon, but anything there too as well. But you will get all sorts of things. I did have one lady several years ago who I was reading, and I was real uncomfortable. I kept squirming the whole bit. And I heard the name Arthur, and names for me are hard, very, very hard. And she cried, that's her husband, and I kept squirming. And I said, can I ask you what's with his underwear? She said, I'm wearing them.
Oh my God, that's great.
That's the way she felt close to him.
That's fantastic.
People mourn and grieve differently, folks.
Yeah, that's true.
That-
It comes in
yeah.
waves. Like
Yeah.
you can
Oh.
feel great one day and the next day being the dumper.
Yeah. So I like to say when we're doing this with spirit, the rules are there aren't that many, but what you don't want to do is, in my opinion, invite in anything dark. Okay? I am a very big believer in cleansing your home. Here, where my wife and I live, I cleanse our home monthly because of what I do. You know, I do this 7 days a week. I do a lot of paranormal work. Like Newcastle, Pennsylvania has a fantastic location that's opening up mid-March. Yeah, Haunted Hillview. And I don't want to bring anything home because when I'm home, I treat our home as my sacred space.
Oh yeah, I get that. I wouldn't want that either. That's why I don't mess with Ouija boards. I don't even do the rods anymore. I don't do the EMF stuff.
Oh, you don't do the rods anymore? I do use those, but I also, Jeff, to your point, and I do get a lot of criticism for this next thing, a lot of protection. For me, I don't get out of bed without, there's my divine golden bubble, okay? I can give you a reading, you're not going to drain me. Or you put yourselves in a suit of armor. Ladies like your St. Joan of Arc, and gentlemen, King Arthur or Archangel Michael, okay? Especially, I recommend that too for someone who is empathic. You know, they pick up on other people's hurt and pain. I don't want them to absorb the pain through their daily work and make them tired. Have any of you ever been around somebody who's exhausting?
Oh, a negative, like a soul-sucking vampire, right?
There you go. They make you tired. You may feel it here in the solar plexus. I tend to get it back here at the base of the neck. Like, God, you're tiring.
Yeah, they suck the life right out of you.
That's
know
why
what you
I
mean.
tell everyone, yep, armor up.
I know what you mean, exactly. Yeah, you know, I still do the old thing where I'm like, get behind me, Satan. You know, I still get that from my mom. Get behind me, Satan. But yeah, I've felt the negative energy before, and I think I even wrote you when I had the demonic thing happen to me. And
Yeah,
that
you
scared
did.
me.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
did.
don't screw
And
with that
again,
stuff anymore.
and to your point, Jeff, anyone who cleanses their home, whether you use the sage, you know, you smoke the sage, you use the spray, holy water, it's your intention. If you are doing any of those procedures, whether it's saging, spraying, whatever, you know, and you're talking on the phone, watching TV, what good's it do?
Right.
It has to come from here and here. Your
Right.
intention.
Now, when Greg comes over and he does a reading, he'll sage the house or he'll sage the room that we're in. I've had many readings with you. We've done the shells. We've done the
Yep. And
dominoes. We did the
dominoes. I read
tarot.
dominoes. Yeah.
He's done the dowsing rods. We've done all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. So you're talking about senses, how people can sense things, taste, smell, feel. I've been touched. And
I believe you.
that's that when that happens to you, then you know. Like I told Jim, I was like, I felt somebody touch me. Like I saw my shirt being pulled. So that was the
Oh.
day I realized, at the funeral that the afterlife is real.
Yeah. To your point, Jeff, some people say, and this has happened recently too, not only the touching, which I get, but say you're very relaxed, whether you're sitting on the couch, chair, or you're in bed ready to roll over, you feel the presence beside you, not plopping down, but like a sitting, so as not to disturb.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
All right, let me get on to my next question for you. All right, so I have read many stories about death. I've also watched a ton of NDE videos. I love all that stuff. So, is it true that there is only death of the body? And this is a part 2 question, but our consciousness moves on. In part 2, so I'm a believer in reincarnation. We touched on it a little bit earlier. Do we have to reincarnate again, or do we have free will in heaven like we did on earth?
I
'Cause I don't
believe
wanna
it's free
come back,
will.
Jim.
No,
I don't wanna
and
come
I
back
get
again.
that a lot, Jeff. That's a very fair question. I get that a lot too. Here's the thing.
It's been fun, but it's been
Yeah.
tough.
A lot of times people say, well, if they reincarnate, how can I be talking to them? This just happened. Believe it or not, I had a client in Singapore last week who talked to me.
Because it's
I
your
was
higher
able to give
self.
them very specific things about their daughter who harmed her own life, took her own life, and they were convinced she came back as this newborn. Fine, but I agree. I still believe that a small residue, if the previous life stays on the other side, to
I
help.
believe that too.
Yeah.
I heard that was like you have a higher self, and then you have your
Yeah.
soul breaks off in like fractions, and then part of your soul will go back to earth while the rest of your soul stays in heaven.
Good way of putting it, Jeff. Good way. And depending on what faith you are, too, people feel bad. Well, why didn't they come through within X number of days? Well, guys, it's up to spirit, not us. But I believe, can they reincarnate? Yeah. But there's part of them over there as well. I run into
Get
that
that.
too, believe it or not, with a lot of animals.
Right? Not cool. So, all right, let's talk about the animals thing real fast. So animals tend to reincarnate and then find themselves back to their original owners. I've heard a lot of those stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, heavens. Yeah, Jeff. Whether it be dogs, cats, or I have even had cases where the dog has passed and they come back as a cat. The cat just shows up and there's something that strikes the owner. Oh, heavens. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah, I also lost a cat 2 years after I lost Crystal. And
Oh, did you? Yes, you
yeah,
did. Yes, you did.
I ended up burying Hemi in the backyard of my parents' home underneath St. Peter. And so I go out there. I'll tell you a really funny, quick story. I go out there all the time and I talk to her, and I leave quarters, nickels, and dimes on her grave. And so the last time I went out, my dad, who I talk about, doesn't like me very much, but he glued the nickels, dimes, and pennies to her the rocks that I have on her grave, and I thought that was the coolest thing. Isn't that cool?
That's neat. Now, Jeff, let me ask you. You've done that as a gesture of memory, which I think is great.
I did it for Crystal too.
Have you
At
ever
her grave.
found any of those nickels, dimes, pennies, quarters in very obscure places? You don't stick your hand down the couch and find a handful of coins. That don't count.
Yeah. Yes, sir, I have found pennies, nickels, and dimes everywhere. And also, Jim's probably looking at me like, man, I also find feathers a lot. And every time I find a feather, I keep it because I think of it as a goodwill gesture from my angels.
Well, depending where, but if it's out of the ordinary in your home, yeah. I will tell you, Jeff, and we may have talked about this in the past. Cardinals are the sign a lot of people believe are the sign from the other side of spirit. That's fine. I understand that. Not every time you see a cardinal is it your deceased loved one. Okay? I don't want you driving down the street, you're at a stop sign, you look over on the bush and there's a cardinal. Well, that's grandpa. No, that's a bird.
Yeah. Could it be
Okay.
sent from heaven though? Or
What's
from your
that?
could you also then get messages sent from angels,
Oh, yeah.
guardians, and the whole thing?
Oh, yeah. Jeff, I'm a very big believer in working with the angels. Archangel Michael takes his sword and clears away any of the obstacles. Archangel Raphael, the archangel of healing. Okay. Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, communication. Me, every day, I ask Gabriel for help because I have to talk to so many people. Uriel, Archangel Uriel, I use this as me as a all-around good archangel for basically anything
Yeah.
to help out.
Jim
He's good
got
there too. You can
Jim
get
got
angels. Hey,
go ahead.
Hmm?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You ask the angels, and I have many, many, many clients, regardless of denomination, who will ask their angels for help in finding a job, going to the store, whatever.
That's this guy right here. That's me talking to my angels and my spirit guides. This year, I told my spirit guide, I'm like, I give up. You direct traffic because I need the help. And ever since I did that, Jim, it's been good.
I have people who will use their angels, archangels, guys, to help them, believe it or not, find a parking space.
Hey, man, I've done the manifestation to get better parking spots.
There you go. Well, two different things, but you know what I mean, Jeff. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is out there, a lot of it, gentlemen, in my opinion, people tend to complicate it. Okay? Keep it simple. It comes from here and here. Okay? Think about getting a good job, being in a good, loving 50-50 relationship. Okay? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What about and I'm sure we all have heard the stories where someone was pulled out of the line of a speeding car, or you're driving and something just like literally God took the wheel and moved you out of an accident or some bad situation.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, there's videos of like people that'll be standing in one spot and they walk away, and then there's like a truck will come flying through that intersection. And there's so many of them. I think that's like divine intervention.
Oh, it is. One of my clients swears this just happened, I think it was October, November last year, where she was somewhere and there was no one around, and she felt a huge shove on her back, and that shove put her out. She was in a store, pushed her out of the way of a falling item off a top shelf that would have, if not, I don't think killed her, but severely injured her.
Oh, that's really cool. Hey, Matt Guka had a question. He said, how do you know if you have angels, and how do you contact them? And I think
by simply asking.
Yeah, simply asking, right?
Yeah, and I say this too, and a lot of the places I go get a little bit irritated with me, because I believe firmly that for you to contact your angels, whether it's your archangels, your guardian angels, you ask but sincerely mean it.
Yeah.
You don't need, and this is where I get myself in trouble, you don't need all the crystals, the stones, whatever. You don't need them. Now, by you focusing on, like, say, that crystal, okay, and that helps you focus more, fine. That's not going to do it for you. Here and here.
I got you.
Big believer. Ask them for help with, like I said, relationship, study, and more focus. Now, let's also be reasonable. You're not going to ask it to help you win the lottery.
No, and they're not going to do that.
People do, guys. People do. I was always brought up, you don't use your ability or gift for that.
Man,
you don't do it.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, sorry, guys out there.
Exactly.
Everybody's, yeah.
So I'll also say this to that point that you brought up. So this is something that came across as I was learning about contacting spirit guides, because I do the spirit guide stuff all the time.
Right.
You have to also ask, when you ask for something, you have to tell them you need it now, because a lot of people will ask for help, and in their time, like, you don't know, their time has ended, and there is no time. So
Right.
it's you have to ask for, like, hey, I need this now. I don't need this like 2 years from now.
No, and to your point, exactly. I need, how do I say this? I need a much better job with better pay, benefits, hours, working conditions. Now, not next year,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know? But I need a better job now, the whole way around. To your point, yeah. It it comes in. This is where sometimes things get a little muddier. You ask for help with a specific relationship. Jeff, you want to be in a relationship with so and so because you find her attractive, you're attracted to her, whatever. Guys, you're dealing with someone else's free will.
Right.
Okay? You may like her as a friend, have the attraction, right? She may not.
That's
Do
why
you really want to interfere with their free will and
Right.
have it ending up being a absolute disastrous?
That's like some voodoo shit, right?
Well, that's a whole nother topic, Jeffrey. But yeah.
That's like black magic voodoo stuff, trying to
Mhm.
do spells to get somebody else's will, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mess with that either. All right.
Yeah, but you think about it, but sincerely, here, guys, you can do it. Let's think about it. Well, you're in the car tomorrow morning, letting the car warm up. You know, just you have to focus, mean it, and things like that. It's like, and our family's very Catholic. I'll just get that out there. Asking Saint Anthony to help you find things. How many of you have done that?
Yeah. My mom
Saint
used to do
Anthony's
that
a
all the
patron
time.
saint of lost items.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot all about him.
Mm-hmm.
I-
Yeah, but
Does it help
the
when you
gentleman,
lose your
it just
mind?
popped up. Keep it simple. Absolutely.
Yeah, you saw that. Also, somebody also said, be specific for what you ask the universe.
Well, my belief, to a degree, I need a much better job where I need to make, I don't know, $50,000 a year with good hours.
Yeah.
I would stop there because I need a good job working at ABC company because you've heard about them. What if you get that job and it's a disaster?
Yeah.
Be careful, guys. Be careful what you wish for.
All right, I got one for you. This will make you laugh. But this made sense to me like months and months later. So, Jim, I used to like try to manifest a girlfriend, right? Because I really wanted a
Yeah.
relationship. I really
Mhm.
needed that in my life. Not so much more anymore, Greg. But at the time, I really needed that. So I asked the universe, please send me a girlfriend, right? And then I got a girlfriend, and she was a train wreck. And then I was like, all right, the next one was like, all right, universe, please send me a girlfriend that's not bipolar. So yeah, I got another girlfriend, but she wasn't bipolar. She was different, in a different train wreck. So you have to be very specific for what you ask for. And I stopped asking for that dumb
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, and
I've
that's your
just asked
choice.
for-
Yeah.
I just want a good life. That's all I want, and to stay out of
Well,
trouble.
it's like, Jeff, when you ask for employment, you want a good job with good pay, good benefits, working conditions, coworkers, good hours, shift, whatever. If you can just put it out there, I want a job, well, you can end up doing any one of a number of things.
Hey, Janine Springs said she had lost the CD from the library for 3 months, and as soon as she asked St. Anthony to help her find it, she found it.
Oh,
Isn't that cool?
heavens, yeah. There's that little rhyme out there, that limerick prayer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, Greg. So in your book, I read about gifts passed down from ancestors. Now, you've already spoken about this a little bit, and I already know the answer. We do all have gifts, and it's just
Yes.
different varieties.
Yes.
How can the person that's out there that really wants to develop their gift, how can they really get to it? I already know the answer, but can you share it with everyone?
First thing, Jeff, is do you want to? And the next thing's the hard part, try not to be afraid. Now, you have to respect it, okay? But try not to be afraid. You can do it, but Jeff, this is where you bring in my opinion, your angels, your archangels, your saints to help clear away any blockages and help. Now, this is where we're getting a little specific, Jeff. By gifts, are you talking the psychic side, which a lot can be learned using the tools, the oracle cards for future, mediumship side, helping you connect with spirit, or some of the metaphysical healing energy work. I'm
Yeah,
a
there's
Reiki
so many.
master. I have been for 30 years.
And Greg, just in layman terms, what is a Reiki master?
Reiki it's not a religion. It is a belief. It's an energy attunement that has to be passed down. It is a comfort. My Reiki down in my wife and I live near Akron is free to the cancer patients in the area. Okay, it helps calm, soothe, for a variety of reasons, whether they may be extremely close to death or help soothe during chemo or radiation. Okay, it's a belief. It is an energy, passing on a good energy where, and you don't always have to touch with the symbols, the hands. Some people, you can just do it like this. Believe it or not, gentlemen, I do a lot of distance energy work, meaning one of you would call me, oh God, Greg, I don't feel good. Okay, I have a little teddy bear I was given, Reiki bear. Take that. There you are, and I'm focusing on that, sending you the energy. It is used for good. It is used for a lot of people like to use the word healing. I am starting to get away from that because we are not physicians. Okay,
Yeah.
but it helps. Another thing out there, Jeff, I don't know if you have heard about it, is sound healing.
Yes, I have.
You know, the crystal bowls, because you have the singing bowls, which are the metal bowls. Then you have the crystal bowls. I am a huge fan of crystal bowl meditation. Look it up on YouTube. Some of those practitioners have 7 or 8 bowls, crystal bowls going. It's calming.
Yeah, it is. I've actually done the meditation with the bowls
Yeah.
and falling asleep with it, and it's some of the best sleep I ever had.
Yeah.
It's
No,
great.
you're right. And it helps clear the mind. Bring in your angels and guides to help clear out anything. Like I said earlier, I'm a very big believer in protection. Not picking up harm, evil, negativity, staying away from, what do I say, psychic vampires, or depending on your profession, guys,
Yeah.
People, they just make you tired, as I said earlier. But armor up, protect yourself.
All right, cool. All right, I have one last question for you. And of course, we're going to probably have to reschedule to bring you back on because I have many, many, many questions. We haven't even had a chance to even get into the aliens and drone stuff. And I want to bring you back if that's cool.
Sure.
All right. So the last question is, now I have the tarot cards, not the tarot, but the angel wisdom cards. I'm going to read some to our guests tonight. But every time I pull cards, I get the public speaking message, communication, public speaking, the whole bit. Now, we've talked several times about the direction of this show, the direction that Loud and Local had when I was with Lisa and then with Phyllis, and then when I started Outlaw Radio with Jim. Now, could you just give us a feeling where our show is now, the path we've chosen, and how do you kind of feel about what we're doing?
Well, right now too, Jeff, and again, I keep getting the growth, the growing, but they keep showing me too a hurdle, like you and whoever is involved, jumping the hurdle, jumping the fence. Now, Jeff, this is what I say right now. We just talked about, do you, and again, this is up to you, bring in Archangel Michael to take his sword and clear away any obstacles and hurdles from your path to help you grow in a very positive way and succeed?
Now,
You're getting the cards. To me, that's already a validation.
Let me ask you this question. Now, if we were not to ask for the clearing by Michael, and we told the universe we wanted to make our own way, and to prove, to ourselves that we could jump the hurdles, that's not going against the path, is it?
No. Good question. No, it is not. That is you following, believing in, excuse me, what the universe, higher power desires, okay, for you as well. This gentleman just put up 111 too. transition, change. Huge believer in 1111, 111. You see
Yeah.
that good change too. But for you, it's there. But do you and whoever your associates, I want to say, ask for the path to be cleared, that you are headed in the right direction?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like
know?
definitely like that idea of the right
But
direction.
that, Jeff, that's where your free will comes in double fold. The universe, sure, why not? Let's nudge it along a little bit, but for the proper reason.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, fantastic.
Does that make
man.
sense?
Yes, it does. And thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming on again.
Oh, hey, one last thing, if I may.
Yeah.
Dark Echoes Paranormal, the show I'm on, it is going to be on Amazon Prime. We've taped 2 episodes. We tape a 3rd episode next week somewhere in Pennsylvania. I do not know where. My wife knows. It will be on Facebook, but there is a streaming service right now called Paraflix. Okay? You can get a free 3-day trial on Paraflix. Look
Write that
up.
down, Jim.
I am. Paraflix, I guess.
Flixx.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Paraflix, Dark Echoes, Paranormal.
Yeah.
Palmyra,
Matt
episode
Guga.
2. We taped the first episode out there, Palmyra, New York. Episode 1, it's a 2-parter. Episode 1, I'm not in it that much. Episode 2 is all about me. But when the rest are out there, you will know.
Very nice. And Matt Guga said he has 100 questions for you as well. And Greg, can you tell our listening audience how they can get a hold of you? Obviously,
sure.
they can see the podcast show, and they really want to
Sure.
just know how they can get a hold of you and have their own reading.
The best way, everyone, is on Facebook. Gregory Nicholas. And you will see my face with a green background. I always post where I'm at, whether it be in the Cleveland area. I am doing some work at Haunted, Hillview, Manor, in Newcastle, PA. Been on all the big TV shows. I'm one of her mediums. That's coming up. This is winter, February. Things kind of start breaking in March. April, I'm in Louisiana at a parapsychon, believe it or not, in pirate territory.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
Well,
but Dark Echoes Paranormal, episode 2, right now on Paraflix. But Jeff, you will know, sir, when it's on Amazon.
and also, guys, there in North Homestead, there is a place called Goddess Elite.
Yeah.
And at the end of every month, is it the last Saturday of every month?
It used to be, Jeff. Now it's quarterly, but it is on their website, and I post when I'm there. I am there this coming Saturday.
Excellent.
But
We should
you have
go
to
see them.
visit
You
her
gotta go.
website. What's that?
We gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah, can me and Jim come?
Go on goddesselite.com.
Yeah.
You'll see my Gregory Nicholas. Book a time. Everything is booked online.
Yeah, and make sure you call early and book because you sell out.
Yeah,
You sell
I
out
do.
fast.
Next Saturday is half bill. She is a metaphysical superstore.
Yeah, she is. I love
2,500
that
square
place.
feet for all beliefs.
Yeah.
But this coming Saturday, I am there. goddesselite.com and book your time.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for coming to Outlaw Radio. This has
My
been
pleasure.
Reiki Master, author, celebrity, psychic, medium,
you.
spiritual advisor, Gregory Nicholas.
Thank you, Jeff. Always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you. And we need to do it again.
Yes, sir. I will get a hold of you. We'll get together in a couple more months, and then
Right.
we're going to talk about some alien stuff because I
Yeah.
have
Oh,
a
very
ton of
good.
questions about that
Very
stuff.
good,
So,
sir.
all right,
So,
sir. You have a great
thank
day.
you.
Thank you for coming to Outlaw Radio, and you take care, Greg.
You too. Thank you so much.
This is Overwatch and Control.
Thank you.
so many off of the backs of the labor you sold. Now it's the devil that you work for and the company that you keep. Overwatch and control over you, that is what they seek. That is what they seek. Overwatch and control over you, that is what they seek. When they make you bend the knee, that is when you are weak. Overwatch and control over you, that is what they seek.
I should go back to the screen. Jim, what do you think about the Gregory Nicholas interview?
I can't believe how outstanding, I'm saying this, how outstanding of a job you did interviewing.
Oh, thank you so much.
With that interview. Not only is Jeff, interviewing our guest, and he's able to keep it going, and he knows what, there you go, and he knows, he understands what the guest is saying, and he replies, and I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. So I didn't even for 1 second want to interrupt. It was too good, and I didn't want to say anything stupid. So
yeah, that was cool.
And at the same time he's doing that, he's reading the screen here with everybody doing stuff and commenting that, hey, Greg said this. I mean, he's multitasking. Very impressive. But other than that, I wanted to say,
thank you.
I don't know if it's divine intervention, but I've had a lot of close calls myself with death. Well, at least serious injury kind of thing. And I could remember, too, at one point I was at Kent partying on Main Street. Is it the Robin Hood? And there's the Arthur Treachers is right there. And I was with my friends, and we were very intoxicated. And I was with a friend, and we were walking up towards the street. And at the last second, I thought, I better look to my left. And I stopped at the last second, and a Kent bus drove by and missed me by that much. And honest to God, it was flying too. I would have been dead in a second. And my friend said, oh, yeah, I thought I was going to see you get killed right there. I mean, that's how close it was. And we just laughed it up.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a riot.
No, that was funny.
And oh yeah, man, I'll do that again. And seriously, man, I stopped and the bus went boom, and I'm like, oh, how did I know to stop at that last second?
I always say it like this.
I always wondered about that. And,
just wasn't your time.
And then there was another one at Kent, and we were on this porch about 15 feet high, and I don't know, I could have fallen and broke my neck, and there's no railing on it, and we bought all these Little Kings, or I don't know what kind of beer it was. No, it wasn't Little Kings, and we're drinking about 80 of them, and I'm on the deck, and I lost my balance, and I stumbled, and I started falling off the deck, and I was like halfway. I was like this, on the edge, and my friend turned around at the right minute and just grabbed my hand and pulled me back.
Pulled you back?
I've had a few others I can't think, but that blew. I've never forgotten those two incidents.
Well, there'll come a time that at some point you'll pass and you'll see God, and he'll be like, not this time, buddy. This time I brought you home.
Yes, I think they knew I was going to write a song in the future, and they wanted to hear what it was.
Probably what
something.
It was. Hey, they have plans for us. I truly believe that we have guardian angels and spirits, and we have spirit guides all around us. And I have just seen too many things and had too many experiences to say that it does not exist. And here I'll point this one thing out to you. Did you know that when Aleister Crowley died, and you know who he is, right? He was the black magic practitioner that was the Satanist, the long behold Satanist.
I can't say that I know too much about that.
I heard a story that when he passed away, the last thing he said was, oh God, no, I've been so wrong. That's what he said on his deathbed.
Somebody was talking to him, huh?
I think he saw the light. I think either Jesus came to him or somebody came to him, and he's like, I've been so wrong. So you have to wonder what he was wrong about. But yeah, I thought that was scary. And Janine Spring says that's pretty scary too, but probably because you almost died so many times. That's probably what she's talking about. But hey, Johnson J, did you see this message? He's been contacting us through the whole show. He's been very big part of the show.
Oh, yeah, Johnson, thank you.
He loves the show. He said he's going to tune in from now on. He loves the show. He wants to talk to us.
Oh, he can. He'll be able
to. And if you want to talk to us, it's no problem. We'll make time for you, and we could either do a phone interview or something like that. And, yeah, you could reach out to us.
There's also one other thing. I did so good by keeping my mouth shut during that interview. Our guest didn't give us a lot of time to cut in and say something,
Right.
which was good because then I didn't say anything really stupid.
No,
But
you're
he
fine.
was talking about the medium being water and stuff like that, and I thought, oh wow, I should ask him if there is a substitute to water like beer, and I just thought that would just be smart ass, and that would have pissed him off. How about
No.
beer? Come on, Jim. Is that the good as you could do?
I'm sure Greg isn't blind. I'm sure he saw a lot of those crazy comments that we saw that we chose not to put up on the air. And I'll just say this one thing about that. We're not going to censor you guys, but we did see the messages. We are not going to put them, obviously, on our show because of some of the adult content that you guys are talking about. But this is a rock and roll show. It's paranormal. It's very supportive. And we don't really talk about women in those types of terms, do we?
No, we don't. That's not a part of this deal.
Yeah, we might joke around and make fun of women and things like that, but we don't talk badly like that. So we would appreciate in the future, guys, there's two out there, if you just be a little bit nicer about how you talk about stuff and a little less sexual, okay? How's that sound? Is that cool?
I hope they think so.
Yeah.
I think
hope
it
so,
is.
too. All right, so we just put out the rock charts. Outlaw Radio does it around the 16th of every month. We have a collection agency that does the numbers for us, the reviews, and some other things. And then we're able to chart the bands that we play on the show. So I wanted to read off those charts to you and say congratulations to everybody that made the charts. In the metal category, we had Conspiracy 216, followed by Freaky Things, followed by Ancient Limbs, followed by Midnight Whiskey Massacre.
Good job, guys.
All right. In the rock category, we had Vintage Blonde. Can you believe they number one after just a couple shows?
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah. He hates you out there.
Can't beat me.
So, yeah.
You might not even be on the list anymore. You knocked me off.
Yeah, Vintage Blonde jumped to number one. Starving Goddess with Those Drugs comes in at number 2 in the rock category. She moved up from 3 to 2 from the last one. Mr. Moonlight.
Oh, am I on the list still?
You are on the list. You're in the same spot that you were on the last show.
I think I would have quit maybe.
Actually, I think you dropped a spot.
Oh, well, there was a new stuff coming out, so there's going to be redemption or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Moonlight has a song that's going to play today, and we're going to get to it because we have a lot of music to get to. Also, so James War, also in the rock category, and I'm proud to announce my band, after 4 months, made it at the 5th position, the Black Roses.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I like that name, the Black Roses.
Yeah. It's like the Black Horse of Death. It's the Black Roses. All right, so in Outlaw Country, we have Matt J. Chase.
There you go, Matt.
We have Paul Austin, Carla Lynette, Aaron Stahl, and surprise, Stadler.
Very cool. I saw a video with Aaron Stahl doing an open mic night, I think, at where is she in
Well, she is in Nashville now, but she is the longtime resident of Lodi, Ohio.
She did one of her songs, and she was with somebody, so that was pretty cool seeing that. I need to donate some money for her album. I've been meaning on doing that. Not a lot, but I hope things are going well with that album and raising the funds for that.
Yeah, very cool. Aaron Stahl from Lodi, Ohio, country music artist. She's been in our top 5 since we've started Outlaw Radio. And yeah, a lot of people love her. She's got great music. And yeah, she's always in the list for us. And then after Aaron Stahl, I said it was Stadler. Stadler is a rock band, almost like hard rock. But that Too Many Cigarettes, Not Enough Beer.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That had a country vibe to it, and they loved it, man. That went right to the charts right away. And that was the first time we ever played this song.
Good for you guys.
So, which is really cool. All right, so we have to jump back into the music because we have a lot of music to play, okay? Does that sound good to you, Jim?
Yeah, we don't have much time to fit in all these songs, so
No.
maybe we could just play mine over and over again.
Yeah, we're getting to your song. You're actually coming up real soon, but this is Freaky Things with Nightmare.
Okay.
I'm wasted on cheap wine. I'm drunk all the time. I like to get stoned. I'm a quagmire. I need to get higher.
What's that? The red curtain.
Got this from us.
Oh yeah, that's Angelina. Some kind of, they're trying to tell us something there.
I think that's a big message going out to the haters of our radio, Rockstar Radio Underground, and it's Angelina's little message. I think they know who they are.
What's the significance of eating the money, though?
Eating the money, I'm not sure. But check this one out. This one is very cool, and this one is special for you guys.
Don't think, just do. Fight hard, push through, be quick, or die. Force fed, the line.
And you heard that is from Rockstar Radio Underground on Live 365, the station that we do a lot of work with.
With Angelina?
With Angelina.
Green with an E.
Hope you're feeling better. You're on your antibiotics.
Use a Zenify.
Should have used the Zenify.
What is a Zenify? I'm not even going to say.
All right, that's for a whole nother show.
It sure
All right,
is.
so a little bit of information in the news. New subscribers, I want to thank Nyla, and I also want to thank Christy out there. We met Christy at Spotlight Cleveland. She signed up to it. Nyla, also from my job, signed up to the channel. So thank you so much for doing that and being part of the Cleveland scene. Also, I want to thank our show sponsors, Zenify.com, for all the great stuff they've done for us and for the drinks the other night and going to the Sacred Vortex and the Smedleys. What was the other place we went to? I can't remember.
I can't either.
It was Smedleys. It was 3 places. We went to Spotlight.
Spotlight, yeah. I don't know if there was another one, but...
No, it was those 3. And that was a great time. And thank you, Zenify.com, for a great evening.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Also, Wild Cucumber, LLC. I want to thank them for all their hospitality and some of the cool stuff they bought for the show and taking care of the platform for us. Thank you so much. Also, want to thank Boutique, who is going to be coming on as a sponsor. And we have some cool stuff we're going to talk about. We're not going to do it today, as we have a lot of stuff to get to, but I want to thank them for becoming a sponsor and making us part of their festivals this summer.
Thank you.
I also want to give a big shout out to this guy right here. This guy right here wrote a song called My Little Girl.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
Actually, 10 years ago, December 15th, 2015. Not that I'm,
yeah, it's
trying
an
to
excellent
memorize
song.
everything, but
I sent it off. I loved it, so I sent it off to Mark Berry. Mark Berry produced the likes of Carly Simon, Duran Duran, Billy Idol, Kool and the Gang, just to name a few. A whole bunch, all different genres. He's been an icon in the music scene. Now he does TV and film. I sent Jim's song off to him. This guy right here just got an offer for a co-publishing deal, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Congratulations, Jim, and I hope you take the contract. I hope it's a good deal, and I hope you get your music in a movie.
It's just so exciting after all this time. Jeff just sent it to Mark, and I guess he got back right away, so he actually listened to my song. I can't tell you how many times I played the song for people, and they go, it's nothing.
Do you think he listened to the whole song or just the
I bet
first
he
40
did.
seconds?
You know, if he's not, if he liked it, when you like it, I think you listen to the whole thing.
I think he listened to the first like 30 seconds.
And quit?
And he quits, and then he reels it back, and then he listens to it again, and he's like, we have something here. And I think that song, you have, I think, 5 or 6 really, really good ones. Not saying that, some of the other ones like Disability Man isn't good.
It's brutal, those lyrics. I had to warn everybody last night where we played at Spotlight Cleveland. I said, just be clear here. I'm not mocking the people that are truly injured and can't perform and are maybe disabled or something. It's about the faker, and it's brutal.
It's great. People that fake disabilities. Anyway, he wrote a song about it. Anyway, but what I'm saying is My Little Girl is a great song. He has plenty of other great songs. You're going to hear all about him this summer, and we'll be back to you very soon about what's going on with the contract and what's going on with Jim with AMG Sony. But it's a very exciting time, and I'm excited. I'm glad I could help you get to that level.
Well, we're both washing each other's hands, not for real, just figuratively,
With urine.
I wet myself.
With the Zenith. Then we clean it off with the Zenify. Hi, this is Jeff James. Oh, man, that's funny.
This is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. All right, so we had a ton of submissions. I want to thank everybody out there for sending in all your submissions. We have a ton of them. We're probably backed up for the next 3 months. But we're booking April. April's going to bring us Solinger, Solon, I should say. The sax player, played in many, many bands. We're going to have him on the show. We're going to have Stibbs on the show.
They're excited to both be on the show. They're both back with Smedley's, though.
Yeah.
On Lorraine at Camp's Corners, and there was a little pause, and I was telling Stibbs just last night or whatever, hey, it's nice to be back, and he had a smile on his face. Some tough times, but he's back. He wants me to jam with him, so that's all I care about.
Yeah, that's very cool. Glad to have him back in the scene. Glad to have Smedley's back in the scene. There's just so many jam nights, so many open mic nights. Spotlight Cleveland, Whiskeyville, they're everywhere. Front Street Social has them, and it's going to be a killer spring and summer because I have a lot of stuff planned. I think it's going to be a great time. So also, February 22nd, we will be at Solid Gold Lounge to watch Conspiracy 216.
Yes, we will.
And we're going to be rooting on that show. We got another song we're going to play, and then we have something very special coming up. But this is 51 Boneyard with Breakaway.
I never know what's happening.
We never do. was 51 Boneyard with Breakaway. You think of that, Jim?
Not bad.
They have a lot of different material, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
We've played a lot of their songs. We still have 2 more tracks of theirs left of their full album. We've been getting a lot of albums from bands, not just songs, full albums worth of songs.
I can't believe how many requests I get every day. People wanting to us to play their songs. It's like 10, 15 a day. We can't possibly do that. But it's wonderful that I had no idea so many people are listening to us and so interested in putting their stuff on our show. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We had a ton of music, like I said. We have music from the United Kingdom on the way. We have music from all across the United States. We have music from Cleveland itself, a ton of Cleveland bands. And then we have music from France. That's going to be on the next show.
That's new to me.
Isn't that cool? We played bands from Portugal.
What, really?
Yep, we've played bands from Greece, and now we're going to play some different type of music from France. There's 2 bands from France that sent us stuff.
I want some Russian stuff.
Yeah, I think that'll be next because Russian music is really cool, especially metal.
I really?
Yeah, Russian metal is super, super popular.
Yeah, they're pretty good musicians over
Germany.
there, aren't they?
Germany as well. All right, so next Sunday, the show is called Dark Scarlet Emerges, okay? And there's a little hidden meaning behind that. We have a great show with Monica Ann Solis and Little Liza. This one will ruffle some feathers for sure on both interviews. We have a great lineup of music. The Paranormal Chef is back. He's going to talk 666, ritual magic in the government. And with CERN, we're going to speak about Bohemian Grove a little bit, a little information of stuff that is going to really tickle your fancy, Jim. This show might possibly be the most heaviest show we've had in terms of music. We are going full on metal. This show is paying tribute to the Cleveland metal scene. We will have on for our metal expert, Johnny Rocker from Conspiracy 216, joining us. We're going to talk about Cleveland and the metal scene.
Boy, that sounds really good.
So since we are doing the metal one, in a couple weeks after that, we'll be doing the Outlaw Country one, where we have Matt J. Chase as our resident country expert from Ohio. Followed by that one, in April, we're going to have Stibbs on doing the Cleveland rock music segment. And
He's excited for that. He really jumped. He wanted to do that. I asked him last night.
Yeah, the other person that I would ask to be an expert on that topic would be Jim Bellinger, and he's already the host of this show. So we went with next best, and not second best, next best with Stibbs.
Oh, Stibbs is probably up there above me, but that's fine.
And I think he's a journeyman in the rock singing.
He is. I mean, he's a master.
Yeah,
okay.
I think about him. I think about Tim Ginley. I think about Solly with the sax. All those guys, they just go way back with music. And I think it'll be really cool to get his perspective because he lived it.
Bob Stokes and Smarty Jones, Dave Lewicki and Smarty Jones, and they got this new guy. They were so good last night. It was packed at Smedley's.
Yeah.
Cam's
Smedley's is a
Corners.
good time. The only thing I wish about Smedley's, I wish it was bigger. So there'd be a bigger stage and more seating because you could really pack the people in then. That's the only complaint I have about Smedley's. It's not bigger.
Oh,
right?
they've been around for so long, and they closed down for a while, but they're now back. So this is awesome.
So, yeah, we have a lot of great things coming. I have a very special song that I'll play for you. When I was putting together the playlist for today's show, I was thinking about songs that related to paranormal, and that's how I put this together. And this song is by Mr. Moonlight. This song called A Flower in a Tree. And the reason why I love it so much is not only is it a great song, but it's about a dream. And that's where a lot of fantastic and beautiful memories come from.
That's right. A Flower in a Tree.
Here we go. This is Mr. Moonlight.
Part 2.
I see you waking up out every morning, shouting out what's your biggest fear. So I tell you stop not to worry. It's nothing but a crazy dream. You must escape from this vicious illusion. It's only a dream. It's time to get by. I can dream and the world will fly by. Then you can comfort me, 'cause you're a flower in a tree. We lie in bed every single evening. Our pillows fast half to sleep. I pray we both don't wake up screaming. It's only a dream. Rise, open your eyes, realize you're only sleeping. Then you can comfort me, 'cause you're a flower in a tree. It's time to get by. We can dream and the world will fly by. Then you can comfort me, 'cause you're a flower in a tree. Flower in a tree. Flower in a tree. Flower in a tree. Flower in a tree.
Fantastic, Jim.
Thank you.
Very good song. I loved it. Very well produced. Great music. You craft a fantastic song.
Thank you. I have part 1 too. It's, a flower in a tree, part 1. One of these days. I think we played that already, but we could play that again. It's totally different.
It's a little loud. I boosted it up like crazy for you. So I want to thank everybody that came to watch the show tonight. I have a tarot card pull that I'm doing for Matt Guka. I didn't get to say it while Greg was talking. It's very hard to keep up with everything. But I do want to read this one off. And this is for Matt Guka out there. Failing to recognize a magical opportunity. Missing the point. The distractions of daily life. Discontentment or boredom. Lost in your own world. The universe is telling you to wake up. That's really what it says. And it's an angel under an apple tree. Pretty cool, right?
Yes, that is.
Anybody else out there want a reading? I'd be more than happy to share one with you. But yeah, that was Flower in the Tree. Fantastic song. I love it a lot. I think it's a really great song. My Little Girl, I think we're going to we won't be playing that next week, but we will be doing a special when we get the contract and we get to look it over, and we'll be talking about everything and all the great stuff that's going on. We'll be bringing up My Little Girl. So I guess you're just going to have to wait for it, right?
I'm so excited that he asked if I wanted to be a what's the word did he say?
A co-publishing
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah.
And that's where they will share 50-50 and with the opportunities to get your music on TV shows, commercials, movies, and whatever else he can dream up for you.
I think a couple songs like If the moon flies away, that would be a good movie for like a zombie kind of thing or an apocalypse type of situation. So I have some other songs that I'm hoping he likes too.
Janine Springs said she loved the song. And Matt Gukas said, of course, this is awesome tune, Jim. Nice and relaxed.
Good.
And Jim played last night at Spotlight Cleveland. I want to thank Spotlight Cleveland for your hospitality last night. I got to see this guy play 90 minutes of all his best songs and some songs that he probably really pulled out of the barrel, but was a fantastic show. They went Facebook Live with it. And, yeah, good time. The bartender, Corinne.
What a sweet smile she has. And yeah, Corinne, she's just wonderful there. She's owner with, I can't remember the other guy.
Yeah. She was very nice, very accommodating.
Very nice to me, you know.
Yeah. Wendy.
And everybody in the place was so nice, and they were really into it with me. I'm like, whoa, I wish I would have prepared better. I had some stinkers. I got to admit, I forgot the song completely. And I'm like, but, well, you know, whatever.
Yeah. And nobody knows that, only you. That's the great part of it. Because nobody else knows your songs. That was your first time playing there, so nobody knows you made a mistake. I got to get you out of that whole mindset. Just
I know
fuck it.
I'm too tough on myself.
Yeah, too tough, man. Just relax. And then Janine Springs said she loved it. Fantastic.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, we had a great time at Spotlight Talent. Then we went to Smedley's. We had a great time there watching Stibbs and that band play together. That was a great time. And then we found ourselves at Sacred Vortex in Cleveland.
That was like the highlight.
That was another great time.
Dave is awesome. Such a good guy to talk to.
Yeah, true. But we've had nothing but a great time. Next Thursday brings us out to Whiskeyville. And then, of course, that weekend we're at Conspiracy 216 at Solid Gold Lounge to see them. Sounds great, right?
Well, yeah, but getting back to Sacred Vortex, it's a non-alcoholic place, but you get a buzz on when you go there. You can't just have one. You have a couple, maybe 2, 3, 4. And I tell you, 4 hours later, I was still buzzing, and it was a really good feeling. And I was able to drive home without being intoxicated. For all of you that insist on that alcohol, you know, just delay your alcohol consumption for an hour. Go there, see what's happening, then you can go or get trashed.
Yeah, that's true. And I had a great time. I think it's a very cool place. All the people that work there are super nice. Andrea was there. She had that Catwoman one-piece outfit on that was just...
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Yes.
Dang, man. Yeah, I got a picture with her and then took a picture with Mary. She was celebrating her birthday at Spotlight Cleveland, so happy birthday to you. Thank you so much again for the hospitality. And this song goes out to you. This is a band called Jack's Revenge. They're in Michigan, and this song is called Demons. Very fitting for the show.
I wanted to shout out to Christy, who was also at Spotlight Cleveland the past couple nights, and she's so friendly and positive. Thank you.
Dang. Yeah, she is.
Stop.
I like to snuggle with my demons, 'cause they know my heart so well. I almost can't remember how hot the fire burns in hell. And when we wrestle, I'm restless, and I cry myself to sleep. Too bad my demons pull me closely while I live this waking dream.
was right by me. Can't believe I'm drunk again, but it's familiar like a morning when I wake up all alone. Good thing my demons are never far from home. I like to snuggle with my demons, 'cause they know my heart so well. I am a scary member. I watch the fire burns in hell. And when we wrestle, I am restless, and I cry myself to sleep. Too bad my demons pull me gently, while I live this waking dream. My demons pull me gently, while I live this waking dream.
Tactical nuke incoming!
That was Jack's Revenge with Demons. Cool song.
Yes.
I liked it a lot.
Isn't that kind of the Russian kind? What is that?
I don't know. It had me dancing.
I
no.
don't know.
It's like the polka. It's the demon polka.
You're doing this kind of thing and kicking your legs up or something.
Got me going.
Big partying right there, man.
Got me going, man. Got me going. All right, so I have a tarot pull that I did for Janine Spring. This is just for you. And this one looks really cool. I don't know if you could see this. Man, I'll turn it around. Oh, yeah, look at that. See, it doesn't blur anymore because we have a cool green screen behind us now. All right, so this says compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, grounded, a time of great success, financial security, and prosperity. The Midas touch, everything turning out beautifully, a supportive parent and spouse, a good person to work for. Very good reading. Great card. Almost wish I would have got that one.
Good vibes on that one.
I actually didn't even do one for
Are they all good vibes on that? Are there actually just different circumstances?
Yeah,
and
there's
stuff?
nothing really negative. There's no like death card, which although the death card isn't anything negative, it's about transformation.
Oh.
There really isn't anything negative, but there are messages like to work on. You know?
Get your act together, maybe. You know, try a little harder, maybe.
Yeah,
kinda
try a
thing?
little bit harder, stay on the right path, do the right things. There is a card in there that I've gotten before, and you got the same card today. Unhealthy habits, addictions, and that goes, it doesn't just need to be addictions about drugs. It could be addictions about anything. Addicted to sex, addicted to gambling, addicted to girlfriends, addicted to work, anything like that. It's just clearing out the negative and opening yourself up for more of the positive.
Yeah.
Right? So here's something that I learned this past year. And this is for all you guys out there, and take this with a grain of salt. But throughout a lot of my life, I found myself focusing on the negative. I would think negative things. I wouldn't think positive. Once I changed that whole mindset where I no longer think about the negative, and if I do think about the negative, I take it like this. It is what it is. I take it with a grain of salt. Any setback is just an opportunity to step forward. I just don't look at it negative anymore at all.
I have to get more positive too.
I think you need more positivity, and I think
Yes, I
and if
do.
you do that, you'll feel more confidence.
Oh, that is so true. I'm kind of, I never do good enough. You know, I don't know.
I think you
It's
second
almost a
guess
curse, you
you
know?
second guess yourself a lot.
I do. I'm
And-
worried about what people think, and
Don't worry about it. Think about life, and being here on Earth at this time is the greatest time to be alive. Think about the history that you're making just being on this show and doing Outlaw Radio and being part of Cleveland. It's a great thing.
Well, you know, I have all those good thoughts though. What
Yeah.
you just said, it's not like I don't have them.
And then when you do get the negative creeping in, just try to look at anything positive. Like, for instance, I had a friend tell me this. He's like, I want you to do one thing for me. For 3 days straight, no matter what the circumstances are, I want you to wake up and say, what a beautiful, fantastic day.
I got to start doing that. It's sad, but a lot of the times the first word out of my mouth is a curse word every morning, and I know I did it.
I'll tell you what the word is.
So weird.
This is what happens to Jim. He wakes up, he rolls his legs over the side of the bed, and he goes, ah, fuck.
Exactly. No, and then I say, did you do that again? Did you really do that again? And then I say, how can you effing do that again? And I did it again.
And then he says, time to send the hookers home.
And then I go pee, and I go, and then it's taking too long, and it's dribbling, and then I say it again, you know? At least I'm not wetting the bed anymore.
And, you know, think about like this. You're not wearing a pair of
joke.
You're not wearing a pair of Depends anymore, so things are better.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. Little things. Jim, Matt Guga said, Jim, this is correct, and Mark is a positive take. Yeah. Is a positive take, and things are going great for you. So when you do have those negative thoughts creep in, just as I do, just don't care. And I'll tell you this other thing, guys that are out there listening. I had so many ups and downs at the beginning of my career with podcasting and the whole bit, and before we got into Outlaw Radio, and I let those things bother me. And I think this summer when me and you were sitting on the patio and we were talking, that was the turning point. Because I remember saying to you, I go, you know what, Jim? I'm done with this. I'm done getting down on myself, and then
I remember that
and all that stuff. And then we turned the corner, and I said, you know what? We're not going to look at numbers. We're gonna block out everything. We're just gonna focus on our music, getting all the other music out there, and we're gonna do our own thing. And look
you are extremely focused.
Look how good it's been.
And I've done my homework every Sunday afternoon too with my bits. I think this bit I thought it was pretty funny with the Jordan Peterson. I think everybody, if they don't believe it, you know, go to that YouTube video. And then he has other paranormal stuff too, like I said. So that was a riot.
Yeah, I think today was a really great show. I'm super excited about it. I'm really excited about next week. We're going to jump into another song. We only got 2 left, but this is a very cool band. This band is called Adjustable Mustard. And the name of this song is called Grave Blanket. It's a little bit long at 5:27, but I think it's a very interesting song, so check it out. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Very trippy. Would love to hear these guys live. That was fantastic.
Yeah, me too.
Second applause for you guys. And that was definitely a tactical move. Very cool song.
I agree.
All right, so we are at that point, Jim. We're towards the end of the show. We're ready to sign off, ready to kick back. I'm not going to have a beer, but we're ready to kick back, and I might have one of those sodas, those seltzer sodas that you have in the
Oh,
fridge.
yeah, I have one, yeah.
It sounds really good. But I want to thank everybody that came on the show. It was overwhelming seeing the amount of comments that we had, seeing the amount of people that were watching the show. I was telling Jim that, you know, at one point we had like over 20 people on, or close to 20 on YouTube watching alone. We had Facebook numbers that are really good. Our LinkedIn numbers were really great. And I just want to thank everybody out there for supporting the show. It's fantastic. It's been so exciting lately.
I hope it's getting better all the time.
Yeah, we have so many opportunities that are coming our way. I do want to mention, before we get off here, I want to thank Angelina at Rockstar Radio Underground on Live 365 for supporting the show. I want to thank Stephen Walters out there from Juggernaut Productions for supporting us and sharing the love all throughout all your bass people and all your different platforms. It's been great. And Dave Teeter for listening to the show and sending so many great artists our way. It's great to be working with people that worked in the music industry. And also another fantastic shout out to Mark Berry. Thank you so much for listening to Jim, for giving us an opportunity, especially Jim for a production and a publishing contract. That's fantastic. So things are really moving in the right direction. We're very pleased. We are super happy about the numbers we're getting. I mean, that's just blowing me away. I never thought that we would be anywhere near the thousands. And to look at it and see 30,000 across the board just blows my mind. 30,000 freaking people watching the show.
Hopefully next year it'll be 300,000.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. But yeah, we're at that time, and Jim has a couple things he'd like to say.
I just wanted to let everybody know that we have a major upgrade in our studio as far as equipment and stuff. We finally got some microphone risers. You know, they were too low. You know, so what flavor is yours?
Yeah, we went all out with this.
Here's our riser. I got hot and spicy. What do you have? Fiery beef?
I have molten chili chicken, hot and spicy firework.
Okay, well that's so it's like that now.
Yeah, and also our riser is brought to you by WrestleMania, the hot and spicy firework network. So yeah, those are our risers for today because we went all out.
They're kind of unstable.
Yeah, it's a very DIY.
Have to work on it.
It's a very DIY thing over here.
Okay, on that last note.
All right, on that last note, I have something very good for you. Next week on the 23rd, don't forget, we have little Liza coming on the show. She's going to ruffle your feathers out there, Scarlett. Also, we have Monica Ansolas from DSR, the Texas rock band. Johnny Rocker will be joining us talking about metal in Cleveland. We're going to talk to the paranormal chef. He'll be back talking about 666, the number of the beast. Right?
Yes.
CERN.
I thought it was the devil. It's the beast, or is it the same?
It's the number of the beast.
Oh, okay.
But the devil's the same thing.
Yeah.
As Lucifer, Satan. All right, so this song, Jim, I got a special one for you. This is going to lead the show out. This song is not going to conjure the devil. This is a very cool song. This is Nightmare Empire. The name of the song is Raven, Nevermore, like Edgar Allan Poe. This ties into our whole paranormal thing. We've been Outlaw Radio. We love you, Cleveland. You guys have a fantastic night. Nightmare Empire.
Good night.
Good night, Cleveland. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
In the sky, the stars are dimming. I feel my eyes are closing soon. The black moon has cast a shadow, bringing rise to impending doom. fruit wither on the vine. Leaves fall before their time. Barren lands within your wake. Another sign of a coming fate. A coming fate. Too soon you close your eyes. A hollow darkness I can't touch. My dreams I see you in. Upon a perch laughing at us. On the battlefield you appear. Harbinger of things to come. The daughters of the Raven God. Speak to the fallen to send them up. Raven, wrap your black wings over me. Raven, how can I feel what I can't see? Raven, you fly with wings of sorrow. Raven, show me a new tomorrow. Heavy hearts, you do your duty. Omen of doom to all who see. Brood of misfortune, whisper in my ear. Tell me your lies, erase my